Today is a very, very big day in our book, in our chapter. We're buying a truck.
They made a mistake on the document. What a day.
Never in a million years did I expect what happened today to have had happen.
We almost sold our house, and we almost paid for a truck.
We straight up did sell our house.
Yeah, you're right.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since. And now, after moving from the USA to Portugal, we'll be documenting our entire journey of building our dreams as we transform a historic watermill into our first home, not on wheels. Join us as we embark on this new and exciting phase of life. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
Good morning. It is a windy day here next to the Cabo de Roca lighthouse, and we're looking at yet another Nissan Navara, and we were just giggling over the funny translation. The seller writes, "Good evening. Navara was bought by me in Portugal and was always in my hand and did not make all the land," which I'm guessing means it hasn't driven that much. "I've never had any accident that was more than a touch. Greetings, Clara."
Isn't an accident an accident?
Well, you know, I've had a touch before. Where is this one anyway? Oh, Lisbon.
We've heard a lot of mixed things about buying vehicles from the stands. Sometimes they can be deceptive. No dealer, nobody wants to tell you the maintenance history or what's been repaired. They all just want to fix it and sell it to you. So it's up to you to determine if you think it's a good vehicle. But this particular vehicle is from a private seller, and I do think if it's well taken care of, there's some huge advantages.
We had to move on, and it's not to go see another truck because the truck people haven't gotten back to us. One of the trucks is up north in Aveiro, one of the trucks is in Lisbon, another one is down south in Portimao. So having our rolling home really makes us flexible and allows us to look at all of the deals that there are to find. But if you're wondering where we're going to meet with our lawyer for the very first time. She's been an incredible resource and tool and helper and friend when it comes to purchasing our properties, because if you don't know, we're actually purchasing two properties, the watermill itself and the land surrounding it. Those belonged to two separate people. And the watermill actually had some unexpected snafus,
Which we're gonna save explaining and elaborating on for a future episode, hence the need for our little thank you gift. Notice the name? Espiritu, the same name as our Portuguese camper. But truly, after 5 months of communicating via WhatsApp and Zoom, we were eager to finally meet the woman who had been an essential part of us building our lives here in a new country. From our D7 residency visas to our not-so-easy property purchases, the time had finally come for us to meet in person.
we're here.
Hola, how are you? Well, that was a very, very productive meeting.
It was excellent. Yes, you got
We
a
went
lot
over
of things.
so many topics, from visa stuff to our land purchase to the document that's officially ours, showing one of the properties in our names.
And just getting to meet our lawyer slash friend.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have her on our team.
Yep, got a lot of things squared away.
Thanks, Mafalda, if you're watching.
Yeah, muito obrigada.
Yeah.
And the sun has just set here on the horizon.
Now, let's show you.
There's Belém. So beautiful.
We're back. We're back in the city. Our spot's still available.
Right across from all the scooters.
Oh my gosh.
She's Fildoki.
I have mushroom, spinach, and sweet potatoes.
We don't usually opt to stay in the city, but luckily it's off season, so it was a little bit quieter and this view was incredible. Plus, we had heard back from the lady who was selling the truck in Lisbon, so we decided to wake up here and go see it the next morning.
It's a beautiful morning. Brittany and I just came back from a great run along the Tagus River here in Lisbon, and Brittany's in the shower behind me back there, and she's out of water. That's like a van lifer's worst thing. You do not want to run out of water. But luckily, we have another tank in our locker that's outside that I can manually pour into our holding tank. That will give me enough water for a shower and probably water for the rest of the day. Not the fastest, but it'll do.
You want me to heat your water?
Se faz favor, please.
You got it. This right here is the dial for heating the water, so we turn it up twice for maximum heating capabilities. Up here it heats the water only, and down here it would turn on the heat for the air, and it would heat the water at the same time too. Our water gets so hot in here, it's so luxurious. There are a lot of dead ants in the bottom of our shower. That's the one like non-luxurious thing.
I tried to clean them out, but it seems like the corpses just keep appearing.
At least they're dying. I mean that with love.
I think the more we live back in our van and start using it, I think the little critters will get out.
Coffee. We're ready. The raspberries are like fluffy and plump.
Yeah, they're voluptuous.
Like watch everyone renting the scooters.
What they don't realize is how bumpy the cobblestones are starting in that section.
The worst. We got 5 minutes. We gotta go.
I just want to point out, this is the first vehicle we're going to see from a private seller, which is a little bit complicated. Everything I've been doing as far as communication goes is translating using a translator, and they've been answering my questions really well, but I still think it's complicated to get them to answer questions for us related to the maintenance of the vehicle and if there's any potential problems or damage. Everyone just wants us to come see their vehicle. Yeah. So that's about what we're gonna do. We have 2 trucks lined up today, and let's hope one of them is the one and it's in good condition. That is what I care about. It can be an older truck as long as it's been well taken care of. That is the #1 priority for us. So let's see what happens. Are you taking over the dishwashing position?
Yeah, I'm the dishwasher this morning. Can I also say though that we still don't know where we'll be sleeping by the end of the night. Even though we now own property, until we buy a truck, like we don't really want to go back down to our property yet. Like we need a few more things, so until then we are just living the van life again here. Waving to our neighbors from GB, our little silver van friends over there, and we have some other really wonderful friends that we're going to be meeting up with, and we'll be sharing the experience with you. We don't want to give it away just yet, but like you're gonna love that episode so much, and we can't wait. We're gonna love the real life and the episode so much. Woohoo! Under the bridge, Rainbow Bridge. Something that Drew just told me is that Lisbon was recently voted the most romantic city in the world.
Either Europe or the world.
Which I'm like, whoa. I mean, I love Paris. I love Paris. How do you beat a sparkling Eiffel Tower? But maybe we need to have a romantic rendezvous in Lisbon so we can let it live up to its romantic capabilities. You know what I mean?
More Fado?
Are we gonna go under this?
Yeah, we go right under it.
Cool.
I love how they incorporate it into the modern structure of the city.
I do too. Wow. Oh, it feels so exciting to go under. I love that.
I love it too. 2 things I love right now is the fact that we have a toll pass, the Via Verde, which allows us to go on the toll roads. And so that makes driving that less crazy and hectic, making sure that you're not on toll roads. And 2, we have a small auto caravan, which is just slightly bigger than a car, that we can fit in a lot of the parking spots and navigate the city grid and the tight streets here.
Oh.
I gotta shift. If we don't hold our momentum going up hills, we end up having to downshift all the way to first.
One thing that I do admire about manual cars is that it makes you much more present, much more aware of your surroundings, and you can't do things like drink coffee while you drive or eat or especially talk or text or anything. You are just hands on the wheel, hands on the shifter. You are a driver. That's it. That's how it should be. Here she is, truck number 2. The sellers are getting a little coffee at the stand over there, so we have a moment to film real quick before they come, but it's in way better condition, I'd have to say already.
Wow. Yeah, there's not rust under it like the other one.
That's great.
I'm just hoping they won't be very surprised that we don't speak Portuguese.
I know, we've been responding in Portuguese and we'd be like, surprise!
Yeah.
We're taking classes, Portuguese classes. We bought a land.
In Monchique?
Monchique.
Oh, Monchique,
yeah. So we need to move materials and need a truck.
Oh,
She was telling us she was just a school teacher and wanted a nice rugged truck. she's only used this to commute to and from the school. And it looks like it's in pretty perfect condition. She didn't even know that it had four-wheel drive capabilities, which it's a good sign anyway. Oh, look at this. Sunroof. We're taking everyone for a ride. Tout le monde. Toute la famille.
No pressure, you gotta turn it
Oh
in.
yeah.
Just for comparison reasons, this truck had 240,000 kilometers on it and was priced at 17,400 euros. Like we mentioned, vehicles are pretty pricey, especially for older models like this being a 2006. Well, that worked out well.
I think we can both agree that I don't think we're gonna find a better truck than that.
Oh, but we did.
But I'm still curious and we're gonna go look some more.
All right, we're
To
gonna
make
go
sure
with the other
I feel
one.
very certain of our decisions.
I think I also just fell in love with the mother and son who
Yeah.
owned that truck. They
it
were
was
just
well
lovely.
taken care of and there was not rust at all on the bottom.
Nope, no cigarette smell, no scratches on the seats.
One thing that I think was really funny is that she had never actually put it in four-wheel drive before. Like, she didn't even really know what that button was. And so her son was laughing about that situation. When I even floored the vehicle test driving it, she was a little bit like, whoa!
She doesn't do this, he said.
So we had some good laughs. And
She spoke French.
she spoke French for you.
Yeah, that worked out really nicely. But they had to catch flights to Paris. They're going for a couple of days because she used to live there when she was little, hence her being able to speak French. And they'll be back in like 4 days. So that gives us enough time to like,
Really process this.
yeah, fully come to a decision. I think we're driving to Coimbra now.
Yeah, we gotta go a little bit north, like a 2-hour drive. So we know a truck is in the near future, whether it's the one we're gonna go look at or the one we just looked at.
Yep, we're that much closer to being able to go back to our property.
Step by step.
Kilometer by kilometer. We're gonna make a quick pit stop at this little kiosk here for lunch. Kiosk Pinguino. Shoot.
Babe,
Right there.
you were excited to get to Pinguino.
I didn't realize there was a freaking pole right at the door.
Look out the window.
I couldn't see it out the window. At least it's only a little dent. I freaking kicked that door open too.
You need to kiss it. Tell the spirit too you're sorry.
Where is it? I don't even see it. Okay, there. Aw, shoot. You going for the bacalao?
The bacalao. Tasty.
It looks like a fig.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say, this looks like a fried fig.
Wouldn't that be amazing? It's gonna taste like a chicken-filled fig.
Isn't that convenient? Kobe.
Swish.
That is a great price, babe.
Wow.
Good find.
I forgot that they fill our gas here.
I forgot all about that.
This is our first time filling gas in Espiritu. We've just been trying to run out her tank because we actually left it kind of full when we left her for the past 5 months without any fuel preserver, but she's been okay, luckily.
Is it to fill up? Yeah, fill.
We are here. He said the truck will be parked in front of the dentist's office across from the Continente, which is the grocery store. And the lowdown with this truck is that it is a little bit more expensive, but it is a little bit less used. Like,
50,000 miles less used.
ooh, so it might be worth it. I guess it was worth the 2-hour drive.
It's a bit different.
When you think about it, we just drove about a third of the country. You know, on the highways, you can drive the whole country of Portugal in 6 hours.
North to south. Look how quick we can make it.
Quickly, quickly. Well done. Do you see the truck?
Do it, right here.
Oh, me too. It's right behind the bush. This one's nice and shiny.
This was another 2006 Nissan Navara. In the US, it's known as a Nissan Frontier, and we stuck with looking for this kind of a truck because we heard that they were a very reliable workhorse, which is exactly what we'll need.
Plus, it's 4-wheel drive.
These tires look super thick, super tready. Has a nice cab cover too.
It passed the rust inspection.
I don't know. This one looks pretty good too.
The owner, who was the original owner of the truck, came out to meet us for a test drive. This was one of several vehicles he and his wife owned, and they used it only on occasion, keeping it in a garage, which helps explain its shiny coat. especially with it being 17 years old, in excellent condition. Also, he spoke fluent French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So between the three of us and our little buffet of languages, we were able to make it work.
À gauche, ok, en face. Pas de problème.
All right, so we just had a really interesting interaction with the guy who's selling the truck. We were speaking French, Spanish,
A little bit of Portuguese.
really no English. Brittany was translating French. It was a whole mixed match of different things going on.
Can I say something? I think we're buying that truck.
Let's just say this truck was immaculate. It's a little more than I'd like to pay, but at the end of the day, we just don't want a vehicle that's gonna give us any problems. It drove really smooth.
Yeah.
He even jumped in the driver's seat to show us how the 4x4 changed, and he just ripped down this hill. He wanted to show us what his vehicle could really do.
We never really drove or have owned a 4x4.
No, never.
So he was actually very educational for both of us. Like, don't go higher than 20
Yeah, when you're in
kilometers.
4x4 low because of the pulling capacity and the differential lock. And it was just, it feels good right now.
And dinner's almost ready. Show them what we have.
Can you tell them where we're parked really quick and then explain your local bread?
We are dining this evening.
At the Continente.
Yes, at the grocery store parking lot. But what I'm holding here is the last little nibble of gluten-free bread. It's like so moist and squishy. I've been very pleased with my gluten-free finds.
Hang on, can I point out my bread?
Drew's bread is definitely superior to mine.
I mean, that is hearty. That's like a kilo right there.
Wow, it looks like a giant square muffin, to be honest.
With seeds on top.
Wow. It's been a very full, long day. It started with our 7-mile run this morning, 2 trucks, and yep, a gourmet meal in the parking lot.
All right. Trusty girl.
Look at how beautiful this place is.
Well, good morning, guys. Today is a very, very big day in our book, in our chapter. We're buying a truck.
The third one was a charm. Can't deny it. It's too perfect.
I know, it's 41 degrees out. All right, we need some coffee. Let's get going.
I love going to the little Portuguese cafes in the morning. This is Drew's absolute favorite pastry in Portugal. And look, they cut it in half. But I think Drew had zero thought on sharing this. It's so nice on a chilly morning like today.
Nothing like waking up to a hot cuppa.
Yeah. As exciting as it is to be purchasing an additional member of our family today, I'm also a little bit anxious because that means that I am now going to have to be driving separately from Drew until we get to our property, which is a little bit of a bummer. I've never actually done that in Europe, ever. You know, I've never driven in Europe, to be honest, except for the one time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Except for the one time that I tried to learn how to drive manual in a parking lot.
Should I have really brought you to a pottery shop for your trial first time?
I'm surrounded by obstacles.
Statues. Okay, let's stop. So press on the clutch, press the brake. Press on the clutch, left foot, left foot.
But I did
You stalled the car.
Oh.
Whoa, you just peeled out. We're getting close to the donkey.
Watch out. Clutch.
Yep, clutch in and go to second.
Second. I think I did it.
I think you went to fourth. You just stalled. Oh, press on the clutch. Oh.
I'm gonna be a European driver now. And luckily we can use our American driver's licenses. That's a new change that they made, which makes it so much easier for us to do this today. But, right, excited, a little nervous.
We did realize we need to get you a better Wi-Fi connectivity on your phone. Otherwise, if we get separated,
Yeah.
sayonara.
I only tethered to Drew's personal hotspot, but now that we'll be in separate cars, I'm gonna need my own anyway. So, we are really setting down some roots, some additional wheels here today.
We just bought our first truck in Portugal here. Hop on in.
That was quite the experience. I mean, it was pretty simple when you think about it. All that it required was, one, go to the bank and take out the money. Literally take out the money.
I really thought we were getting a cashier's check, but then they said there was some issue with that, so we paid €6 to pull a bunch of cash out, and they counted it all through the automated machine.
It's crazy.
Gave it to me in an envelope, and I walked out.
And then after that, the next step was to go to his bank so that he could transfer the money directly into his account.
And I did have a receipt so we could show that it was for the purchase of the vehicle. That way they could record it from my bank, Millennium, to his bank.
That was important.
Yeah.
And then the next step was to go to
the Registro Oficina, and this is where you go and get official documents changed, put on file. So his wife joined us
because her name was on the document.
We had her basically sign some documents along with our information, our NIF number, our address,
and then Drew signed. So now his name is on the document, and that was it.
Or so we thought. But as we'll all soon learn, there was a crucial mistake made at the signing.
And that was it.
I was telling Drew earlier that I feel like we are especially committed to this next chapter of our lives. If we didn't feel so convicted that this property was meant for us to love back to life, then I don't think that we would be putting all of the money and the energy and the efforts into things like purchasing a truck and all these next steps that are going to follow to make this dream a reality. So it's not just because we want a house, you know, but it's because like we're truly feeling called into this next chapter of our lives.
Let's just say we've put our whole life savings on the line to make our lives in Portugal work, buying this vehicle, buying the tools that will come, buying the pieces of property, and somebody's calling me.
Oh, it's the guy who just sold us the truck.
Todo bien?
Il y a un problème parce ils sont équivoqués sur le document. Il faut aller urgentement pour faire la correction.
Okay, d'accord.
Okay.
A bientôt.
Okay.
Crazy.
What was that?
They made a mistake on the document, so we have to go right now so they can make the correction.
I bet he just got called. And luckily we're still in the area.
Wow.
It's after lunch, so people are back at their offices.
Crazy. Okay, well, let's go.
Wow, that was news for us, news for you guys.
It's a good thing we didn't leave the area, you know? But
I just want to say that if it wasn't for buying a camper van through a stand and understanding some of the process here and doing the paperwork and what was needed, I don't think I'd be comfortable my first time out buying from a private seller. Like, there's a lot of trust, there's a lot of risk, there's a lot of questions, there's a language barrier. So we're doing our best. Let's go get that paper changed.
Oh, windshield wipers. Oh, no. Off.
While Drew and I are both barely able to squeak by with our limited knowledge of the language, it is so important to the both of us to become fluent in Portuguese, which is why we've chosen to study with italki, a language learning app that allows us to work one-on-one with a high-quality native-speaking teacher and have customized language lessons focusing on any topic that we need. With over 150 languages offered, for Portuguese alone, there are over 500 teachers for us to choose from. But since we're in Portugal, we want to be sure that we're learning Portuguese from Portugal, not Brazil. And booking a lesson is so easy. You can choose the type of lesson that you want, a specific time that works best for you, and the best part is that you pay per lesson, with lessons starting at just $5. And there's no subscription and no hard commitment. After reading the profiles and reviews of the teachers, you just book the one that best suits your needs, and after a few clicks, you've scheduled your lesson on italki. Just like Drew is doing right now in the camper.
The final O's, for example, they are U.
Ooh.
U.
Ooh. Okay.
Eu chamo-me Drew.
Chamo-me means...
My name is.
Chamo-me.
Practicing with a native speaker is truly the best way to learn a language. And right now they are offering our community, the first 50 of you to sign up, $5 off your first lesson when you spend $10 using our link and our promo code below. So we hope this helps inspire you along your language learning journey, wherever that may take you.
My first time driving the real roads of Europe. They're tighter than America, that's for sure.
How's it feel?
Good. truck, feeling so grateful that he caught the mistake, or at least his insurance company caught the mistake. They actually, here at the registry, put that we sold our camping car to him.
Can you imagine? We just sold our little house on wheels
and paid 20,000 euros to them. But we gave them our camping car registration card so that they could use the address on there to mail us the paperwork for the new truck. But things got lost in translation and paperwork, and they accidentally wrote that we had sold the camping car to them. Definitely read the paperwork. For us, it's difficult because it's a different language, but we could have used our Google Translate app the first time, and then we would have actually been able to catch it.
We'll be telling this story for a long time, guys.
So check your paperwork before you cross your T's and dot your I's. Make sure you know where you're signing.
I think something that's really important, though, is that when you're dealing with buying something used, just suss out good, honest people and make sure you feel their character out and all of that. That's the sum of this story. Is they were good souls, A+. They saw a mistake. They came to it. They want to make sure we felt comfortable as buyers. They felt comfortable as sellers. Everything worked itself out. So
we didn't only gain a new truck today, we gained new friends.
Yeah, we will definitely see them in the future.
Yes, we had showed them like photos of the watermill and all that. So hopefully one day. And he does help construct pools. We have our hookup for a pool now.
We do.
Maybe.
All right, I'm hot. We got our next test to do.
Yeah, we got to go to the post office and get a little Via Verde card.
That's a toll pass if you don't know what it is.
So that I can follow Drew in the camping car because he's got a toll pass and I'm going to need one too.
And there goes Brittany, parking in front of us tonight. Nicely done, babe. It certainly feels very strange to have a second vehicle. We've never quite felt like this along our travels. You're all smiles.
I was just thinking about what this truck represents. It represents the building of our future. You know, without this truck, we couldn't move the supplies. We couldn't have the wheels that we need to make our dream happen. You know, so like, sure, it's a little bit stressful. There's more responsibility, this and that. But so be it. It's part of life. It's part of the dream.
I've been trying to figure out for a long time, how could we get a big old generator through those doors, or even bicycles through the camper doors? It's not like our van before where we had a big slider door. So you're right, that truck represents a lot.
Yep. We don't have to worry about that question anymore. Well, and for now we're home.
It's a great spot.
Yep.
I was just admiring our truck over here. I can't wait to be using it all the time and just doing all the things we're so looking forward to on our new property here in our new lives. A lot of good times ahead, a lot of work ahead. We're ready for this.